upset to be seeing Ascent here for this quarterfinals matchup.
No, definitely agree. And I mean, that's kind of the thing when you have a best of one. I mean, what better map than Ascent? I mean, really, it is the most well-balanced map when we talk about for a best of one, especially. I mean, when it's a BO3, things definitely change, but either way, it doesn't matter. We're still here. And I mean, just talking a little bit about Lunch Club, it means they already look like they're kind of lining up most of their standard picks. Usually they have a Killjoy. So I'm kind of curious if they're going to keep that going or maybe change things off with the Cypher. But no, they are going to lock things in with the Cypher or the Killjoy. Definitely makes sense, and really no big surprises at all from both squads.
Yeah, absolutely. Very standard team compositions. We speculated there might be a bit of experimentation at play, but when you get down to the quarterfinals, especially in a best of one, you're not really willing to take risks, so I can certainly understand that. But I do have to say, definitely impressive for Zoomer Academy to be here in this quarterfinals rather, simply because this is a team, while they have been established over the last month or so, this is a new iteration of that roster here for this event. Arctic, their Sova extraordinaire, stepping away and now Distorted taking his place. And I have to say, definitely some big shoes to fill, as Arctic was quite the big brain for the side of Zoomer Academy. But as I said, really impressive with 2 new additions to this roster, still finding good results.
And the one thing we noticed from the last game just here on Ascent, I mean, we noticed the post-plant situation from both teams was always a little bit dicey. It was a little bit of a shaky start from both teams. So we'll see if it's going to be the similar kind of thing here for Zoomer Academy, or maybe something a little bit different. But already now, Zoomer Academy have been able to get a lot of intel. They've been able to push up into middle and already putting a lot of attention inside of market. And this is good amount of map control that they already have, Dilly.
Yeah, this is gutsy play from Seven, but Seven is no stranger to danger, and they're going to force RKTA right off the back of this site here, trying to find some damage, but Distorted gets the first kill for their new squad. An excellent start for Zoomer Academy in this first round. And as you said, they took quite a bit of real estate, and there didn't seem to be much in their way. That's given them this firm control of B site here, holding it down. Mar pushing through, loses out to Curryman. Curryman finds the double kill. The new additions for Zoomer Academy coming in clutch, mowing down the opposition. It's a flawless round for Zoomer Academy. Double kills going over to the 2 new Zoomers on the side of Zoomer Academies. Things looking bright here in round 1.
Do we know the ages of Zoomer Academy? Like, Zoomer meaning like the age of them?
Yeah, so Zoomer Academy was from the ashes of a former Academy team where all of the players were between the ages of 14 and 16. So Arctic, the Sova that stepped away, I know was about 14, according to his LFT post posted recently. Bones and Seven, I believe, are right around that age as well. And I'm sure Twitch chat incoming with all the good info as well as to specifically where they're at. But these are certainly young players, all very much under the age of adulthood, very much still kicking the butts of all the big kids here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown in the Lunch Club, trying to find a table to sit at, but Bones says, look elsewhere, you can't sit with us. Zoomer Academy already storming ahead with this second round.
This is not a bad start. I mean, 2 players are actually in the red, and Vital actually going to take the Vitals down here for Zoomer Academy. So all of a sudden now, back to a 2-2 situation. Spike's going to be dropped. Both players from Zoomer Academy are actually in towards A. So a bit of a flank that we're seeing, a little bit of a flip the script, if you will. And they should be able to creep on through. Going to be using that recon bolt. It actually doesn't get any intel. You can see Seven actually trying to push on through. Does have the stinger in hand, and now Lunch Club, they're both down in the red, and Zoomer, they should be able to get out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Lunch Club on the completely wrong side of the map as well. Zoomer Academy once again winning the territorial dispute here on Ascent, and Seven is going to have a lovely time taking their time, picking a spot to plant on B, and Distorted already taking this aggressive angle, trades the damage, but loses their life for it. RKTA brings us into a 2v1 with the health bars of all 3 members looking so rough. Seven, though, picks up the first, dashes away. This is expert play here from Seven, but now the site has been given away. Seven has to do a bit of a retake of their own.
Spike gonna get touched and actually should be able to get halfway now. Seven gonna be creeping on through, and he able to find the triple, and Zoomer keep it alive just by 124 HP. to get that second round, and definitely right down to the wire. I don't think he gets any closer than that, but now Lunch Club going to be able to bring the bats to this ball game and see what they can find of it.
Absolutely. Lunch Club swinging with the big sticks now here in this third round. And I have to say, a successful second round for Lunch Club despite the loss. They did big economic damage to Zoomer Academy, and Zoomer Academy having to re-buy up could have long-lasting implications for the economy here in this half. We'll see how it all plays out, but Zoomer Academy playing out this third round, understanding Lunch Club are well armed. They're trying to catch them by surprise. Here comes the push. Here comes Seven pushing through the Cloudburst. Thief will get one kill, but Fletcher finds the trade. Fletcher finds the double kill. Vital there finds a double kill of their own. The kills rolling in for the Lunch Club, and Lunch Club put the stomp down on Zoomer Academy and pick up their first round of the match.
I really like that play from Zoomer. I mean, it definitely didn't go the way they were thinking it was going to go, but I mean, it's a good effort. I mean, considering what they had, and it is like the bonus round. We always talk about that. And why not go for something a little bit, you know, more risky? Try something a little bit different, catch Lunch Club off guard, but they were definitely anticipating that play. They were completely ready for it, and it really didn't look like too much of an issue. And Vital, I mean, they're able to find 2 frags, you know, inside of smoke and just push it all the way around the site. Just disgusting.
It's important for Lunch Club to establish that they can contend here with Zoomer Academy. Zoomer Academy had been largely setting the pace for this match up until that third round, but Lunch Club getting some momentum for themselves. And we talked about long-standing implications on the economy from Zoomer Academy, having to rebuy so much from the damage Lunch Club was dealing. Zoomer Academy, few of their members are left with light armor here in this fourth round. You can see Distorted and Bones both still with that light shield. Not ideal for Zoomer Academy, not what they would have wanted to bring into this full buy round of their own. And actually, you can see Seven just has to rely on the Blade Storm here for weaponry. So Zoomer Academy dealing with those economic implications. Still going to try to find a play here on the B side. As the clock ticks down under 50 seconds now. Here comes the execute from Zoomer Academy.
Zoomer's still not going to fully push into this, but instead going to just take down the utility here from Lunch Club. But oh, Seven, this is a nice cheeky little push and able to go right on top of the roof. Finds the one. Spike carrier going to go down. Mar coming up absolutely alive with 3 now. Hits the reload. Looks for almost the 4, but no. It's going to be Curry, man. That's going to be able to make a good spicy curry here in this site. But going to be caught off guard completely, laying down the turret, leaving it all just down to 1. Distorted needs to find some players, find some heads, and now it's all down to 1-on-1, but it will be Cavern to take him down.
Distorted certainly fitting the Zoomer Academy MO of just being gutsy as all get out. Distorted wanted to challenge that angle so hard, did not back away from Cavern even when taking that initial damage, and Cavern was able to get the job done through the wall. Lunch Club tying us up here at 2 apiece. And I have to say, Zoomer Academy, they are looking really strong, looking really aggressive. But now back down to the Sheriffs, back down to the eco round. Gotta find some sort of mix-up here from their usual aggression, because Lunch Club seems ready and they have studied for this test.
Gonna be waiting things out now, and a bit of a different play that we're seeing from the Zoomer Academy. I mean, a little bit slower, you know, 3 players going towards A main, and the Spike finally making its way, you know, trucking along, you know, the long road. But Lunch Club not really doing anything too crazy. They actually haven't been able to peek through much of the map yet, but now the execute is coming through. We can see shock darts and recon bolts coming in now. That's gonna be Curryman to find that opening duel already, Billy.
Not sure where that came through. Distorted, though, finds a second Sheriff kill for the side of Zoomer Academy. They've only dropped 1 member thus far, but that's going to be 2 now as Cavern takes down the rival Sova. This Killjoy coming out from Zoomer Academy does get them a bit of breathing room, but maybe not as much as they would have liked. Oh, Seven's going to work with it, though. Takes down Mar. RKTA finds the trade. Cavern picks up Bones, and now just a 1v2 for Curryman. Brought down to 1 HP, brought down to 0 HP, and Lunch Club make it 3 in a row after their early stumble. And Lunch Club now looking to set cruise control to on here for the rest of this half.
Being able to pick up 3 rounds in a row now, I mean, money is on the board here for Zoomer, so we'll see another gun round be commenced And the one thing that we're noticing from Zoomer Academy is that they're able to get into these sites, and that's kind of the similar thing that we're noticing from the previous games here on Ascent. And this is where the attacking side, they're doing a really good job to get in the site, but it's really coming down to that post plant that's been the very big question mark, right? And I mean, right now the retakes have just been very phenomenal from a lot of teams on this defense. Keep actually dodging this drone, and that's actually going to get the spike carry, looking for 2, trying to look for a little bit more, but no, it'll be Curry Man to take him down. But that's a already good job locking things down. And 7 coming up with 1, almost with 2. This is just complete decimation here, Dilly.
These guys are not holding anything back here on A site. Now Mar, with only 15 HP remaining, may try to find a Devour here somewhere in this play. Cavern trying to deliver an orb there, but Distorted takes down the Reyna and Cavern. Oh, in the 1v1. This time, it's going to be Distorted winning out over Cavern, and Zoomer Academy strike back after letting 3 rounds slide towards the defenders. And I have to say, if we're set for more 1v1s between Cavern and Distorted, sign me up. These have already been so epic, and we're just through halfway of the first half.
I mean, we're talking about these rounds, and they're coming right down to clutch situations, like 2v2 situations, 1vx situations. I mean, it's not like it's landslides by any means. I think Lunch Club was the only, one big round where Zoomer Academy just went for a full tilt push into the site. But otherwise, every round has really come down to that wire, and that's making things even more of a question mark. As like we said, we're back to a tie game, and really at this point, it's anybody's game.
Definitely too early to call this one. Zoomer Academy still with some aggressive positioning, but it has to be said, this is a bit more patient than some of the other rounds that we've seen for them so far, not just in this game, but in their lifespan as a team as well. Oh, and Bones just inches away from a challenge, but Mar finds Fletcher, snipes him down, and Lunch Club, despite the parity there in weapons, find the opening kill, have 3 big ultimates on the board. Zoomer Academy have an Empress and a Hunter's Fury ready to go, but they don't want to pull the trigger quite yet.
Lots of time to burn. I mean, Zoomer Academy, they actually do find the 1, so the Dismiss able to creep on through. So Bones takes the Bones away here from Mar. They're going to be able to push into this site. Thief going to be blocked off by the Cloud Burst. So now they've been able to get into the site, no problems at all. One of their players is actually going to be in the back of B main. That is the Killjoy. They might not expect Curryman to be there. Lockdown is still available. In addition, might not want to use it yet, but there is still 3 ults here for Lunch Club. They could use that Hunter's Fury now to push things back, and that's exactly what is going to happen. It'll be Cavern to make something work, and already Zoomer Academy, they're just going to be fighting right back to make it easy. 4-3, and they have no room for Lunch Club to make any sort of control.
That was really exciting from Zoomer Academy. I almost feel like the lockdown was a bit of a distraction from Lunch Club, because I don't think Zoomer Academy fully expected that lockdown to single-handedly deliver the round to them. And I think Lunch Club, once that lockdown went out, the focus became finding the lockdown, taking it down. You saw that Hunter's Fury in response, but Zoomer Academy weren't wasting time sitting back, waiting for that lockdown to finish its duration. They pushed forward right off the back of that, took advantage, took the round for themselves. That's 2 in a row now for Zoomer Academy. And I have to say, really brilliant team play once again from the young guns over at Zoomer Academy.
Nowhere to run!
Now that'll be the Hunter's Fury that's going to be used here from Zoomer Academy, so they're going to use that to push the defense back, so it allows them to creep on through. They get a lot of tree control. They're bringing this big fight. And Bones trying to collect a little bit more for the Boneyard. Not able to find anything yet. Aldrone going to be now used. Thief using the dark cover to the advantage. Now there's going to be players close on by, but it will be Arcade action in that duel. And will be Thief to get taken down. Fletcher finds him in the smoke, and now Zoomer Academy pushing into the site already, Dilly.
Oh man, Zoomer Academy dancing on the razor's edge here with this push, still committing to A site. Now Lunch Club looking to push them right off of it with this lockdown, but it may not even be necessary. They're going to use the bullets instead. Lunch Club strike right back. Neither of these teams really putting together too much of a streak on the other. just going blow for blow, especially on that A site take. It's back and forth the whole time through. Lunch Club pulled the trigger on that lockdown, hoping to find a little breathing room, and it forced the remaining members of Zoomer Academy right into the clutches of the Lunch Club. These teams certainly very evenly matched. Definitely be interesting to see how the second half progresses as we start to move into the later stages of this first half. Both sides looking comfortable on their either side of the map.
It's just going back and forth. I mean, everybody is looking so comfortable, and now things get changed up a little bit here. Lunch Club, they're going to try to bring this fight. The Mar going to be caught off guard a little bit. 7 bringing it back to an equalized 4-4 situation. Creeping on through, trying to get a rifle if they can. A lot of pressure here for 7. Having the Blade Storm needs to find more frags. Definitely can be a big lethal weapon. Definitely can make the big playmaker for them in this moment with their limited inventory.
Zoomer Academy need to be clever with this one, as you mentioned. Looks like they'll turn their sights over to B site, which very well may be the right call. Only one defender there to greet them, but it is that operator in tow. And that's going to be the cue for them to push. Lunch Club not far behind here. 7 pushing forward with that Blade Storm, finds 2 members, but gets sniped down by Vital. Vital on the hunt as Arcata takes down Bones. This is a push foiled for Zoomer Academy. Curryman on the flank, trying to find some retribution. Just steals that Vandal, but I think this is, well, I was going to say it's just a survival round, but Zoomer Academy still going for it, now getting the spike down onto A.
Yeah, definitely the right call for Zoomer to go for this plant. I mean, they get the site, and now they have a little bit more time that they can actually post-plant towards trees. So a little bit different setup than we typically see. And now Lunch Club, they might not expect this, but they have a good crossfire together. So what they can hopefully do is have the proper trades. But right, we'll have to see Lunch Club are going to be able to have a good moment here, but they actually won't even push through this at all, so this makes it even harder for Zoomer, because this is a complete choke point for them. Spike has been refused. Vital is just trying to find more, but oh my goodness, things are completely changing things around here, Dilly.
Oh man, Distorted brought down to 5 HP, has to just push forward. Oh, so close. Thief has the time, but the margins getting ever slim there. Excellent effort from Zoomer Academy, making the most of that save round, making the most of that eco round, and they will be rewarded with a full buy now here in this 10th round. Gosh, once more Distorted in the 1v1, so close to finding that hero play, so dangerous with that Sheriff right around the corner. Certainly, despite Lunch Club picking up the win, definitely puts them on notice, showing them how dangerous this attacking side is, but maybe they didn't need any reminders of that.
Definitely don't think so. I mean, you know, like I was saying, in that kind of a position, they were anticipating those players to come through trees so they can get the trade, but instead, Lunch Club, with all of them going on the rafter, it makes it that much harder, but they make it out of nothing, and it definitely came right down to that wire, the one-on-one, and that's what we were talking about this game. It's definitely been a very spicy game and really right down tooth and nail to everything. But even Mar now going to get pushed back and actually does get detained. So it's not good. You're completely caught with nothing in your hands. And Bones going to be able to just find that easy Reyna on Reyna duel. And the spike now gets planted once more here for Zoomer Academy.
Yeah, big play from Zoomer Academy. Lunch Club have to be perfect on this retake. So far, so good. Vital will get that opening snipe. Bones with the Empress of their own running now, backs away to sight, holding down Highway. Oh, but that's a deadly recon bolt. Bones has to run away from that one as Thief takes down Distorted. Now Vital on the updraft, sniped down by 7 and Bones still very much alive as Arcata takes him down, takes down the dynamic duo. Just Fletcher loses out to Cavern. What is with these Sovas making the big plays for either side? Cavern clutches it out. Lunch Club get themselves a 6th round on the board.
I can't handle it. Like I just can't. I can't take it. I mean, this is like a Sova on Sova on Sova action. Like, I don't get it. And you see Distorted doing some great things, and then all of a sudden you're like, ah, Cavern, here you are. Found you.
Absolutely. I mean, big props to Distorted so far, doing extremely well. But I have to say, one of the keys to the match here so far for Lunch Club has to be they've kind of handled that dynamic duo of 7 and Bones. Certainly haven't been shut out, combining for 17 kills thus far, just 10 rounds in. but that's a quiet day for Seven and Bones in the office. These guys are used to racking up huge double-digit scores very, very quickly in Lunch Club. Look at this, dealing with the threat. Mar puts Bones down into the boneyard, and now Zoomer Academy looking to find some revenge.
We see this before. I mean, Lunch Club, they always seem to find the opening very quickly, but then they seem to lose their player a little bit too fast. I mean, Mar does get that opening duel, but then just seems to be peaking a bit too much and then actually gets traded immediately. So now making it back to the 4-on-4, and Thief spamming the Guardian away, and actually Seven does the wrong dash and actually dashes right into the box. Thief now going to get another opportunity for spamming away with that Guardian. 3 bullets remaining, but it will not matter as Curryman going to be running on through onto the catwalk, and now a 3-on-3 situation. Spike still in possession here for Zoomer, and they're going to be pushing all the way through into middle. They might do a 2-1 split here, Dilly, on this RKTA player.
Oh man, holding it down though. This is actually so massive. The pinch here from Lunch Club coming in. It's just distorted now. Caught between the remaining 2 members of Lunch Club. Zoomer Academy got a bit off guard. They hesitated just for a moment on that B play, and it ended up being their undoing here. Now distorted with so much work to do here. That shoulder peek, you knew it wasn't going to end up well. Vital snipes down distorted. No clutch heroics in the pipes here for this one. And Lunch Club now with the largest lead of the match thus far, 7-4, as we move into the last round of the half.
7-4, and now last round. I mean, Zoomer Academy, we've seen them before, and we'll see what they want to go for. I mean, both sites have been pretty successful for them. I really don't think like one is like more better than the other at this point, but they seem to have a lot of success getting into B. So I'm curious if that's what they want to go for, but no, they actually want to switch things up and actually go towards A. So they're going to fully commit to this, and they're not even going to have any players lurk in middle at all. So they're just investing everybody, and that's going to be the Hunter's Fury going to push things back. Look at this Thief already starting things off very hot, looking for more than just one, but no, it will be 7 to bringing it back to the equalized situation.
Wow, this is a miracle situation for Zoomer Academy. I thought there was no way this play would stick, but they've got themselves out onto A site. But albeit Cavern has now taken down Curryman, one of the biggest X factors here for Zoomer Academy so far, and now 7 just down into 31 HP, has to hold off the likes of Vital with this operator, but Vital low themselves as well, and here comes the trade. 7 takes down Vital, still with all 31 of those health points, pops the Blade Storm for good measure, and now Zoomer Academy with a full toolbox to deal with the remaining 2 defenders here. The final round of the half, Distorted holding down A long. Here comes the retake from Lunch Club. RKTA peeking out this corner. Here comes the drop down. Cavern wins out over 7, goes for the double peek. Fletcher takes down Cavern. Meanwhile, RKTA took down Distorted, but Fletcher in the 1v1 gets the job done. Zoomer Academy move on to 5 rounds to close out the first half.
Definitely needed that round, and it came right down to the wire again. It's definitely never pretty from both squads, and really it's anybody's game at this moment. And I'm kind of curious to see what we're going to expect here from Lunch Club, especially now transitioning over to this attacking side. And it already looks like they're putting a lot of their investment towards potentially an A hit. Doesn't look like many of the players are actually going to be lurking in the middle, so they might just try to go for a full exec onto the site and really try to catch off Zoomer off guard.
Very interested to see what Lunch Club has in the wings for this attacking side, but I'm even more interested really to see Zoomer Academy. We know this is a team that likes to ramp up the aggression, and now on the defending side, they could strike some vital pressure points here from Lunch Club if Lunch Club aren't careful. Here comes the rush, here comes the execute. There's almost no resistance, just a lowly turret chipping away at some damage here. Lunch Club though actually brought significantly low through that retake, the utility from Zoomer Academy doing wonders to set them up for this 5-on-5 retake situation.
Take flight.
HP is very low for Lunch Club, so 2 players in the red now. Distorted going to be using the out drone, going to be actually landing it on top of the Reina Samar, going to be falling now. Curryman pushing on through into the site. Vital makes the trade, and even Thief is trying to make more work with this Classic, able to find 2 now, and all of a sudden down to the 1-on-1 situation. It's going to be a Sova-on-Sova battle, but Cavern going to be able to pull it through with a headshot 8-5.
Is that the 4th time we've seen a round come down to just Cavern, just Distorted, and one of them clutches it out in the end? That is so mental. I can't believe it. These guys have to be sick of seeing each other at the end of the round, you know? It must be that age-old conversation of, man, not you again. But Cavern and Distorted both coming up big for their respective teams. Was Cavern picking up the pistol round for the attackers this time around. Now Lunch Club very much in the driver's seat, re-extending their lead with the opportunity to build on it with this SMG buy. And here's the aggression we said was possible from Zoomer Academy. Straight 5-team member rush through that A-long corridor.
Now this is going to be Zoomer Academy, so what they can probably do is they can push through into the back way of B main and Lunch Club. They have so much time to get into post-plant situation. They don't need to push at all. There's no point for them to do that. This allows Zoomer Academy to build up their economy and picking up extra weapons that they definitely don't need. So even right now, it looks like they're being very slow. They might just try to go straight for the exit frags. And that actually makes it very difficult for Lunch Club because they're going to have to try to get out of this. And you can see they have 2-2 and a 1 setup. So now it looks like Lunch Club, they're going to have to fight things out for the exits.
Here it comes. This is the cacophony of bullets. Bones gets the action started, takes the head off of Cavern. That's a massive recon bolt for the side of Zoomer Academy, and they're going to continue to press the issue. Finally, Thief and RKTA get on the board for the attackers, and Zoomer Academy burn to the bomb. But have to say, Zoomer Academy, massive hats off to them, finding, I think, 3 kills, if not 4. They're in with just pistols up against the armor and SMGs of the Lunch Club.
Yeah, they don't pick up the round, but I mean, they definitely do the damage, and that's a really big thing to note because now Lunch Club, they have to invest the money. Like, they don't get that bonus round, and you know, I feel like I'm a broken record when I talk about it, but I mean, now they have 3 rifles that they have instead of, you know, the classic with, you know, just SMGs and maybe a shotgun. But no, they have to put everything on the line here in Zoomer Academy. This is a good position for them because if they can pull up this round, this puts Lunch Club in a bit of a bind with their money situation.
Bones further inflicting the pain, and we saw this exact situation for Zoomer Academy on the opposite side of the half, on the opposite side of this match, where Zoomer Academy were forced to buy more than they would have liked to for their bonus round after suffering heavy losses from a Lunch Club eco round, and that was so detrimental to the rest of Zoomer Academy's first half. So very well likely could play out in a similar fashion for Lunch Club. They don't play their cards exactly right. Fletcher working through tree here, and that's a clever one-way. Could get the action started as the cloudburst comes out. Fletcher trying to land the shots, but Vital puts him down. Bones gets the trade here. 2 kills, make it 3. Bones and 7 going absolutely massive, but Vital looking to still play the role of hero. Picks up a triple kill of their own.
The Vitals are low now, so 2 players remaining here for Zoomer Academy. Still plenty of time, 35 seconds remaining. The spike, though, it's not in possession for Vital, so gonna need to find these duels. But you can see one player is gonna be underneath, whereas the other player, I believe, is pretty further back. So, I mean, a bit of an interesting setup here for Zoomer Academy. They're really allowing these one-on-one duels, but it will not matter because Bones is gonna be sending Vital down. Now they put themselves in a round they much needed. And Lunch Club, I was talking about their money.
Yeah.
And here it is, Dilly. There is no money.
There's simply no money, and it's heartbreaking here for Lunch Club. They may see this lead that they've built up start to dwindle away. And I have to say, one player that we haven't mentioned maybe as much as we should have has been Curryman, that we're watching getting set up here on B-site. Curryman leading the way for Zoomer Academy, 16, 11, and 5. A big performance, especially considering a lot of that is coming from playing Killjoy on the attacking side, which is no easy feat for sure. Curryman, with their first outing with Zoomer Academy, already showing up big.
Will be the Blade Storm now used. Vital going to be that first point of entry. Aldrone going to be getting information, but actually does spot the players, and actually I think they spotted the spike as well, so they know that Lunch Club are putting a lot of investment into this market. but it will be Thief to actually find Bones' head, take him down, and even look at this, a little bit of an updraft, and not able to make it connect. Now Vital still going to push on through Curryman, like you said, definitely putting up some numbers, but now needs to put up even more numbers. But finds the head of Morse somehow, and spams away another, and that's the recon bolt of his teammate to make it work. And all of a sudden now Lunch Club, it's just falling apart like a deck of cards.
Wow, Lunch Club had some semblance of hope in this round, but it's all been stolen away by Curryman through the smoke, through the site, finding 4 big kills on the members of Lunch Club, leaving just RKTA, the last member alive, finds the revenge on Curryman, says, that's enough, no ace for you. But I don't think there's very much in it here for Lunch Club, but goodness gracious, I'm glad we talked about Curryman before that round, because Curryman certainly finding their stride there in that round, picking up the quad kill. And now Zoomer Academy slowly clawing away at that lead that Lunch Club built up. Now Lunch Club will be able to get another full buy here after this round, but they've got to make that one stick. They will not have a second.
I'm a little bit curious too. I'm not sure why RKTA went for that. Like, you could have saved the rifle. I mean, definitely would have been useful in the next round. Like, had plenty of time to get out of there. But I mean, you get a little bit of a bonus, I guess. But a little bit of a question mark for me. But we'll have to see. Maybe there's something I don't know.
Well, you know, sometimes you just get in your head like, I can still win this. You know, I've certainly been there where you look back and you're like, actually, that situation was completely unwinnable and I certainly should have walked away. But when in the moment, when you're peaking, when you're holding the gun, sometimes it just feels right. Not saying that's absolutely what happened, just trying to have maybe a little sympathy there.
I definitely appreciate that, Dilly. I mean, you know, for our ranks, we definitely try to go for everything possible. But either way, it doesn't matter because Lunch Club, they're going to be able to push into this site again. And this is a 5-on-5 retake. And even Curryman again finding another opening. And Bowen's able to come on right behind. And Lunch Club, they get the spike down, but they're already down 2 players here, Dilly. Yeah,
this is bad news here for Lunch Club. They've absolutely got to make this round work, and they're absolutely losing control of it. Cavern gets some back, and now, the canceled Hunter's Fury maybe trying to bait Zoomer Academy, but that Killjoy from Zoomer Academy shows Cavern that the clock has run out. Cavern's just got to get on out of there, and that was a monumental round for Zoomer Academy, and we said Lunch Club had the full buy there. They will not have a second.
That lockdown was completely used at the right time because, like you said, I mean, the Hunter's Fury was activated, but then they actually had to pull it back, so they couldn't even use it at all. So instead of trying to go for it like we saw before where we were, you know, talking about it, instead just decide to save the rifle into this next round, which definitely makes a little bit more sense. So they can try to work around Cavern holding it. Right now, I mean, their money isn't too good, so we'll just expect to see some Sheriffs and Ghosts and things like that with some utility. Things are getting closer and closer now. 9-8, and Zoomer Academy are definitely making it a fighting chance here to bringing it back to an even game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gotta say, I'm really impressed with Zoomer Academy. Something we talked about at the start of this half was their ability to play aggressive on the defending side of the map. Zoomer Academy have shown in the last few weeks that they have mastered that sort of tempered aggression where they're not just rushing corridors, they're gathering the intel, and then they're hitting specific pressure points that the attackers can't afford to give up. And it completely, like you said, the plan falls apart like a deck of cards for the attackers when Zoomer Academy pull the trigger on these kind of plays. We've seen now 3 rounds in a row. Zoomer Academy have been able to find just the right little areas, the right peaks to take to completely pull the rug out from under Lunch Club. And you gotta say, Lunch Club here in this tech pause may be doing a little bit of head scratching, a little bit of wondering to themselves, how exactly do we deal with this onslaught? Because we thought they were aggressive on attacking side. They are aggressive on defending side as well, and that is a lot to handle here on Ascent.
And that's the thing, like when teams are aggressive on that defending side, it really just makes it even that much harder for the attackers to make the play that they want out of the playbook. So you really have to expect pretty much everything from the defenders. And now look at this, that paranoia makes the connection in 7. Actually utilizes it, and Bowen's able to help him out back. Gets the trade and gonna go for a little bit more with the spam, and that recon, that's so perfect. That's easy peasy lemon and squeezy. 2 players remaining, now making it a 2-on-3. My goodness, Dilly, I can't handle it.
Bones and Seven are the definition of the dynamic duo. That two-pronged push up a long corridor left Lunch Club without a single response. Bones and Seven once again combining for big damage on the opposition. I talk about it every time we are lucky enough to have these guys on stream. They just combine for some of the biggest plays, and it looks like they are really coming alive with this newer iteration of their roster. Cavern now, as we said in the 1v3, just looking to maybe find a shred, just a shred of hope here, but there is none. It's Zoomer Academy tying us up here at 9 rounds apiece, clawing away at what was a 4-round deficit has now been set to 0.
That is definitely a thorn in the side here for Lunch Club. I mean, we were talking about it. When the defending side do a coordinated push like that, oh boy, I mean, that just makes it even more and more difficult for the Lunch Club. And this club are now going to have to figure out something out of their playbook a little bit differently, but it does look like they have a bit of a default setup. So they have the split play where they have a couple players towards middle, a couple towards getting into an A main. So they're playing a little bit more slow than we've seen before, but look at this, Zoomer Academy, they're still pushing on through. They're not even going to back on the break at all right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Zoomer Academy said, all right, we pushed A last round, now we're pushing B. They were certainly looking for a fight. 7 still trying to find one. I love that mix up here from Zoomer Academy. And I have to say, I love the confidence as well, fully aware of what Lunch Club is bringing to the table here in terms of weaponry. Zoomer Academy still looked for that challenge, but it looks like Fletcher may be the first to greet them here. Oh, but 7 may find a big fish, and 7 takes the head off a Cavern. That's spiked down for Lunch Club. That's bad news for the attackers.
Bad news bears, and now they get the spike down, so they have that information. They know exactly where it is. So they know the attention was towards B main potentially, but now they're going to have to push things back. They have to use a lot of their utility to just retrieve it back, and they get it. No problems at all, but Curryman can use the Nanoswarm and winning that Killjoy on Killjoy action. And now Zoomer Academy have the big advantage. 5-on-3 situation. Mar pushing on through into Catwalk, and Dark Cover going to be used. Fletcher going to be pushed back a little bit, but Fletcher not going to let off the gas at all, and instead actually Will might try to push this, but Curryman not able to find it. Vital takes him down. Fletcher with one. Fletcher able to push on through with his teammate, and now time is completely ticking. And Vital, though, finds even more frags, and that's 3, making a little bit more with Mar. Oh my goodness, what is happening? But 7 pushes on, and that's gonna be the spike carry and drop on Mar. He finds it.
What the heck just happened? Oh my goodness. 7 was mere seconds, millimeters even, from making the great escape. He had assassinated the Spike Planter with that Blade Storm. Almost got away with it too if it wasn't for that meddling kid, Mar, gunning him down through the Cloudburst at literally the last possible moment for Lunch Club to win that round. Mar clutches it out in the end, and Lunch Club find newfound wind in their sails, putting themselves up to 10 rounds, getting themselves onto double digits, regaining the lead. That was a momentous round for the side of Lunch Club.
That play from 7, I mean, the fact that he was able to jump on over and take the Spike Planter down was huge, because if he would have been able to get across that wall, that would have been it. That would have completely turned things around, but it was right down to the wire. The last bullet makes the connection, and that's those split things that we talk about that makes the biggest difference, and that's a prime example of it. But even now, Lunch Club, they lose that opening duel again. Zoomer Academy, they've been very good at this. This is a pretty high statistic for them. They always seem to find the opening duel, but then usually it gets traded out. But right now, there's no trades at all here for Lunch Club. They're looking a little flustered, possibly.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Lunch Club stomping their feet around a bit unsure of where to go. We do see Cavern bringing the spike on over to that B side of the map, but with how spread out these remaining 4 attackers are, I don't know how much they're going for this. We will see Vital make the play onto A site. We'll see if they can find something. This is a bit of a bait coming out from Lunch Club, and I definitely like this play here. Vital taking the heat on A site, taking the kills down, takes down 7. This is very big news for Lunch Club, but is it over before it started? Thief will take down Curryman. Lunch Club get themselves set up onto B site now. The clock ticks down, the spike goes down. Now a 3-on-3 retake situation.
spotted here. And now Bones and his teammates will be pushing on through. 3-on-3, like you said, Empress. Going to be used here for Bones. Pushing on through the Nanoswarm nade, going to do a significant amount of damage. He's getting cooked alive, but he's able to find the triple now. Oh, just down to Thief. He's going to have to take 2 lives, but he's only going to be able to take 1 as Zoomer. They bring it back to a 10-10 game.
Oh, buckle up. This is getting good. I hope you've got your popcorn. I hope you've got your soda. We are in for the long haul now. These teams are almost certainly bringing this one down to the wire now, 10-10. It looks like the days of streaks are over. These teams are looking to land knockout blows on each other. And look at this, Lunch Club. That was a big stumble for them. They're right back down to the eco round. They've been magic in some of these rounds, inflicting big damage on Zoomer Academy, but they haven't been able to find a win quite yet on a thrifty round. Could this be the difference maker, or is Zoomer Academy just going to keep on inflicting the pain?
Vital now having the Blade Storm. This is going to be leading the charge. Going to be pushing things through. Needs to find those opening exchanges. Needs to find more than one. That definitely will be doing his job if he can take down 2 players from Zoomer Academy. That'll be 2 rifles that can be picked up, but no! But it'll be 7 to take him to the grave, and Fletcher going to be using that paranoia, allows them to reposition. The player that was going to make the biggest difference, completely decimated, taken down completely now. They're going to be able to push into the site. Bones going to be hanging underneath, trying to find something, but Fletcher just doing so much damage. And oh my goodness, Dilly, I can't even keep up with it because now it's just 7 pulling up even more frags.
Wow, 7 picking up the quadra kill, securing the round here for Zoomer Academy. Lunch Club once again doing big damage in those thrifty rounds, finding those kills, but as you said, Vital. It really was the pressure on their shoulders with that Blade Storm, and Fletcher evaporated that threat as soon as it came to be, just absolutely decimating Vital on that peek through trees there. And I have to kind of wonder if there may have been a better way to approach that push, because Vital just kind of peeked around that corner. There wasn't a paranoia to back Vital up or anything like that. Fletcher able to win out the shot, but now there's no time to reflect. There's only time for 7 to try and get kills once again on that B corridor push. This time won't be rewarded with a kill, but Lunch Club, they have got the message. They are moving away from that B corridor.
Really slow round now from Lunch Club. They're actually just going to be posting up, so they're not even really testing the waters here in mid. They're not even getting a main control at all. The spike is going to be behind the generator in middle. And Bones, you can see on top of the box on Catwalk with his teammate very close on by. Curryman. Fletcher actually does win that frag, so he actually does get the spike dropped as well. So Lunch Club, they're in a bit of a bind again. They've been in this situation from time to time. And all of a sudden now, without the spike, get it back. But man, they know exactly where they are, Zoomer Academy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you went back and checked the stats for this one, I think the real difference maker for Zoomer Academy in this match so far has been these opening kills, and now the continuation. Distorted, letting the Odin rip. Won't find anyone there, but ooh, that Hunter's Fury. Distorted is going to have to do some fancy footwork to get on away from that. Does look like he got the job done. Zoomer Academy taking a fair bit of damage as they concede the site. RKTA takes down the rival Killjoy, takes down Curryman, takes down Fletcher. RKTA with the double kill, giving Lunch Club a breath of fresh air now in this 22nd round.
Grass is definitely looking a little bit greener here. As you mentioned, RKTA does find those 2 frags and now repositions themselves, but RKTA gonna get spotted in the back, but it will be the crossfire that comes up big here from both Mar and Vital, and now Distorted are gonna be spamming away. Still plenty of bullets to go, but the time is completely ticking. 34 bullets remaining, 41 HP. At this point, Distorted, he's just gonna need to hold things through and just try to pick up these exit frags, and this will now bring things back to an even playing field of 11-11, but it will be RKTA to find it, but it will be the spike explosion that is going to end the lives of both players.
Wow, that's as even as you get. All 10 players dying. The score completely level at 11 rounds apiece. And look at the economy as well. It's really, really even across these 2 teams. It does look like Zoomer Academy will be able to put together a slight edge, a little more cash in the bank for those full sets of armor. Lunch Club having to settle for the light shields, but goodness gracious, this is really, really close. There's almost nothing to separate these teams by, save for the ultimate economy. Zoomer Academy, 3 ultimates in the pocket. There's one of them, 7 with that Blade Storm. That is a big worry for Lunch Club.
Yeah, especially the way with a 7 has been playing so far in this game. I mean, Blade Storm in the hands of him. Oh boy. I mean, that's something I don't even want to know, you know? I mean, Wild West out here.
Certainly makes the back of my neck just a little bit sweaty, a little bit tense here. 7 just edging forward, just has the slightest inclination here that Lunch Club wants to challenge this angle as the clock ticks down to a minute. There is the double leer. Here comes 7 on the updraft, finds big damage, but Mar eliminates the threat. Zoomer Academy in a 4v5 now. 2 ultimates still ready to go. The Blade Storm was put down there. So that is out of the question here as Lunch Club get the spike down.
Going to be the lockdown used from Curry Mount, so it allows Zoomer to get some control of the site, so the attacking players, they need to push on back. They can go in the back corner of the Wine. Otherwise, you're going to have to push all the way to the end of A main. So instead, that looks like a few players are going to do that. One player is going to get detained. So it's all a matter of Zoomer Academy. It's all about the timing now. Location is going to be revealed. Curryman still finds the frag. Fletcher, he pushes on for one more. And now all of a sudden it's a 2-2, making it just down to 1. But it will be RKTA to find it and distort it. No. It will be him. No. It will be Lunch Club putting themselves at match point.
Oh my goodness, Lunch Club, take a bow. What an excellent round played by Lunch Club, holding on by the nearest of margins. RKTA once again coming up clutch for the attackers. Again, I said it before that round got started. This is as close as it gets, and those teams were down to their last remaining members. RKTA able to find it in the end, and it was really dicey as well, as that spike had been brought all the way to halfway. If Distorted was able to get that kill onto RKTA, certainly have to believe they would have been able to get the rest of the defuse. But as it stands now, Lunch Club on to match point. Zoomer Academy 1 round away from OT, or 1 round away from going on home. All comes down to this.
Empress available as well for Lunch Club, so let's see if they're going to use that early on. And they do only have 1 ultimate available here for Zoomer Academy, which is in the hands of Omen. Maybe to get some intel, maybe Fletcher, get that recon on his own, but instead is just going to be posting up with the Paranoia ready to go. But even right now, Lunch Club, they're actually playing it a little bit differently now. So they have their Reyna lurking in middle, maybe catch these rotates off guard, and then the rest of the players are going to be in A main. So they're going to try to find some information. They're going to be able to use the Owl Drone, make sure nobody's close on by, having a sip of Vino. Now they're ready to go for this execute.
Lunch Club have played this one exceedingly careful, and for good reason, but now they have to make a move, and here it comes, pushing out onto A site. They will get that initial territory, that initial real estate. Distorter only with a Guardian left in this round, but Cavern with the Vandal takes down Fletcher. Oh, Curryman loses out to a Shock Dart. That's a double kill here for Cavern. Lunch Club holding the site very well. Bones, though, gets one back for the defenders. 3v4 now. Oh, but making a 4v1. This may be the end for Zoomer Academy. Bones trying to come up big. Will be able to dismiss away. Switches over to the Vandal now as the lockdown is ticking away. Bones finds the triple kill, pushing now for the quadra kill. Finds the quadra kill. Now Bones just 1 kill away from sending us into overtime. Bones gets the ace. I cannot believe it. Bones sends us into overtime. Quarterfinals of the Valorant Sunday Showdown.
Thank you.
What on earth is this? We talked about individual play, and Bones literally takes the most critical round in the entire game into his hands and brings it to overtime. Oh my god, I cannot even handle it. I mean, that's now being 26-21. You do not expect anything but that from your Reyna, and that's just delivered completely well. Oh, Dilly.
Oh, Laz, my hands are on my knees. That was absolutely breathtaking from Bones. We saw Platinum for the side of Bounty Esports come up with a 1v5 clutch in Grand Finals last week. I thought maybe it would never be topped, but Bones waited just 1 week to go big mode on A-Site, pick up the ace, send us into overtime. This is as good as it gets. I said earlier, you better grab your popcorn, you better grab your soda. This is the long haul.
All right, so things are switched over now. So Lunch Club going to be on that defensive side. Zoomer Academy now on the attack. So we'll have to see what they can find. And even now, Cavern going to be posted up in the back and just lurking a little bit, trying to get that intel just for the jump spot. Zoomer Academy, they're just going to be holding into middle. So they actually don't put a lot of investment in towards A at all. And instead, the spikes actually drop. So right now, what they're trying to do is see if Lunch Club is going to try anything on that counter aggression. So now with them not pushing through, they're going to be able to slowly creep, get some intel, get into the map. But the recon bolt actually does find 7. So now he's going to have to push on back. They only know where one player is, so that's not the worst case scenario right now.
There is not a lot of time left on the clock here for Zoomer Academy, and it shows. Oh, but that's a deadly recon bolt. Gonna give all sorts of intel to Vital. Vital forced to back away. Here comes the execute. Vital takes down 7. Vital looking for more, picks up the double kill now. Zoomer Academy just in a 2v4 with 20 seconds remaining. Fletcher has the spike in hand, but Fletcher loses out to Mar. This is Lunch Club taking their 13th round on the board. That's the first half of our first OT.
And quite convincing too. I mean, they only lost 1 person on their squad. And now it's going to be switched over, like you said, Lunch Club be switching over to the other side. Zoomer now going to be on the defending side. And Lunch Club are 1 round away that they could be taking things further into the semis. And I mean, we've seen before. I mean, maybe Bones, he wants to, show a little bit of magic once more. I don't know, Dilly.
Absolutely. It would be tough to imagine Bones has even more aces up the sleeve, but that is exactly what you have to expect from this caliber of player. And now Lunch Club kicking down the door on B site, wasting no time. This is the exact opposite approach Zoomer Academy had on their attacking half here in overtime. Lunch Club established that that B site control. Vital though paid a dear price for it, brought down to just 26 HP as the spike goes down. Cavern holding this back site, back angle. I don't know if that will come into play here, as now Zoomer Academy pushing forward on the retake. The Lear goes out. Curryman right around the corner has been so big. Can they come up big once more? That Nano Swarm delays any big plays. And now as the clock ticks down, Bones takes down Cavern, but the kills go 1 for 1 thus far. Zoomer Academy inching their way forward, taking heavy damage. Thief picks up the triple kill, picks up the win. Lunch Club 14-12 over Zoomer Academy, moving on into the semifinals.
It ain't gonna be pretty, but my goodness, it will do here for Lunch Club, and they pull it through the 14-12 all the way down to overtime. And we've had a lot of overtimes here today, Dilly, and I mean, definitely making things right to the statement. My goodness, and now we're pushing to semis.
Yeah, absolutely. These teams, they are so good, especially when it comes down to those clutch situations. I mean, how many times were we brought down to a 1v1 or a 1v2 in the exact opposite of what we were expecting happen? That is just talent. That is just preparation, and it is really exciting to see. All hats off to Zoomer Academy, but the big hat, the MVP hat, that is worn by Thief on the Omen. 22, 22, and 5 ACS there of 249, but that almost certainly does not tell the whole story. Thief was a cornerstone for Lunch Club to build that victory upon, and it was so crucial for them to have that steady rock in their team. And as a result, they are moving on into the semifinals here in their first ever Valorant Sunday Showdown.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good frags and utility being used here from Lunch Club. So you could see even on the scoreboard, a lot of the players were really close. I mean, everybody was pretty much at double digits. And I mean, there was 12 assists for Cavern. I mean, 14, 19 still doesn't matter. I mean, the scoreboard shows one thing, but really what you're doing to contribute makes a whole other picture. But I mean, Thief definitely being the Omen is kind of a big support player that you need to have a lot of reliance on. And hitting an MVP like that, definitely not a bad way to start things off as you progress in the tournament.
Absolutely. Definitely a big confidence boost for Lunch Club to hold on to as they move on further in the bracket. And we will be moving on further in the bracket, but unfortunately, without the help of our good friend Laz, we must bid him a farewell. But Laz, anything you'd like to leave the ladies and gent with here before we send you on home for some well-deserved rest?
No, I definitely just want to say thank you again for having me here today. Hopefully, if everybody enjoyed the show, make sure to throw me a follow.
This way.
We'll go right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, a little awkward, but throw me a follow. Love to interact with the community and hope everybody enjoyed it, but definitely have some more great action. Do not go away. You have some great casters coming up right after this as well. But thanks again, VSS, for having me. It was always a pleasure.
Anytime.